Alrighty, welcome in everybody. Morning of day 4. We have a quest to do before we head over to the trader. Continue our progress towards getting the bike. So we'll be able to get out of here in a second. Couple things got to do. I'm going to drop a dew collector, which I made last night. I want to make a couple more, but we need more plastic parts, so we'll be on the lookout for those. But I'm going to drop this down and then have a couple points to spend. I'll try and spend my points on camera so everybody can see where I'm putting them. And even if I don't say anything about it, I'll still at least include it in the footage. But first I'm going to try and get my parkour up. I want to get that to the second level. I want to get it to the third level, but it's important to get it to the second level because you can jump 2 blocks high, which makes escaping zombies really good. So I'm going to have to put another point in agility and then a point into parkour, and then I'll have 1 point left over. So I'm going to go into strength because I want to get the skull crusher up to the second level, but I got to get strength up to be able to do that. So I'm going to go into strength here. And now we're here to do this quest. This house shouldn't be too bad. Should be pretty easy clear. Get it in, get it out, and head back, get our reward. But I was watching videos the other night, and while we're doing this, I kind of want to talk about it because there's a new game out called Mind's Eye, and people were bashing this game really, really badly. Like, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, it's for what it is. Like, it's not a terrible game. Like, obviously, everybody says, oh, the graphics are this and that. Graphics are kind of, with the game, basically set in stone at this point because technology's reached a point where any game, any new game run on a modern engine is going to look decent. So whenever you have a game like Mind's Eye, yeah, it looks decent, but everybody's making fun of it because it was supposed to be like a GTA killer, and it's just not. And it's just not up to snuff. Like, the level of detail isn't there, but also when people compare that, and I think it's bad for gaming and the gaming industry, whenever people compare the game to like an old game like Grand Theft Auto, they don't realize Grand Theft Auto is like 30 years old. It used to be on like regular Nintendo where it was a top down and you just drove a car around and you could get different cars, and it was a completely different type of game. And how long it's evolved going through Grand Theft Autos, and then you look at Grand Theft Auto 3 and San Andreas, how long they've had to work on the AI for people walking around. The AI in Grand Theft Auto 5 is built on the AI from Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like, the AI has evolved for so many years. So judging a game like Mind's Eye against Grand Theft Auto really does a disservice to it. You really have to look at the game as a standalone and say, is the first game in a series, is this game any good? And Mind's Eye, by no stretch, is game of the year. But there's a lot there. Look at Cyberpunk 2077, whenever they did all the updates and really changed the way that game is. Imagine if they release a Cyberpunk 2080 or something like that, and that whenever they upgrade it and stuff, they'll be building on the world they had already created, so they won't have to put any development time into those assets that they're going to reuse, which can equate to millions of dollars, which means rather than somebody trying to figure out an AI mechanic that they've had to figure out the first time around, now they're just going to drag and drop that AI mechanic in, and that person who would normally develop that is going to refine it and make it a little bit better and maybe add some more to it so that it adds a little more realism in the world. And games like Mind's Eye, obviously, with being the first one out, it doesn't have that providence.
It doesn't grow off of it. It doesn't have the foundation laid to build from. It's pretty much laying the foundation to be able to build for the future. And when people criticize it, it limits it.
Hooker stuck in the floor again. That's an interesting glitch. See? Fun pimps. I mean, all games have little glitches and little bugs. I don't care what game it is. I don't care when it came out. It doesn't matter. I've been playing games since I was a child, and every single one of them, there's been glitches, there's been bugs. Never forget in Super Mario, in that third world, you would run up, grab the flag, and every once in a while the game would freeze there. No known bug. Everybody knew about it. It just sometimes would happen. but bugs have, or excuse me, games have always had bugs. So new games having them, but you know, you look at like AAA developers, that's a little bit different. Like when Bethesda releases a game they've been working on for 10 years, yeah, it shouldn't have the amount of bugs that it has. Like, that's ridiculous. Don't believe me. But when you're dealing with small companies like the ones behind Mind's Eye and such, like, it can't be held to the same standard as these bigger AAA gaming companies like Blizzard or Activision. And, you know, whenever people do that, it's a disservice because people aren't going to use that game, and they're going to take it, and, you know, everybody's bashing on it, all the famous people, and rightfully so. You can say whatever you want. I'm not knocking them for this, but they have to realize what weight their words carry. Like, rather than say this game sucks, don't get it, don't ever play it, is there $20 of value in playing that game? Can you get $20 of entertainment out of it? If you can, like, it costs $20 essentially to go to the movie. You know, if you buy popcorn or whatever, it could be a little bit more. But, you know, it's like $20-ish to go to a movie. So you're looking at about 2.5, 3 hours of entertainment when you go to a movie. So can you get 3 hours of entertainment out of a game? Can you? Yes. Mind's Eye, from what I've saw, everybody, even though the jank was there and stuff like that, people got a lot more than 3 hours of gameplay out of that game, even with all of the issues with it. So is it worth $20 or something? Maybe. Like, is it? And then, because if you clip the wings on that developer and you're like, oh, don't buy the game, this game sucks, then there's never going to be a patch. We'll never see what Mind's Eye could have been if it comes out and no one buys it. And I'm not saying just buy games because, you know, and then let the developers work into it like Ubisoft or something.
More
Hold on, let's get the
congratulations.
pipe
Here's
bombs
your
here.
reward.
I guess that's going to be the only thing. Pipe bombs or Molotovs? Nah, I'll get the pipe bombs. Better for Horde Night. We got to take another job. I don't know. They're all kind of far away, so it sucks. Alrighty, well, I guess this is a digging montage. Get ready. Get these zombies cleared up. For the digging and stuff like that, I'll try and make it entertaining, throw some music in there, make it enjoyable. But going back to what we've been talking about with the games, like, it's not that games shouldn't be held to a standard. They definitely should. But newer titles, people expect them to be as advanced and as intricate as 4th and 5th generation titles. And if you look at games, that's just not possible. And that's why whenever a game comes out and it does have decent quality like Cyberpunk and they do stick with it, it's important to state that and say, hey, look, it may not be that great now, but this is a good company. They're trying to build towards something.
Congratulations.
And
Here's
kind of
your
use the weight
reward.
of the industry to help the little guys. Because if we continue to shit on all the little AAA, bike time. If we continue to shit on all the little gamers, there's not going to be anybody to compete with Bethesda because they're going to release a title and go dead unless it's a huge hit.
Hey,
If it's a
jerk.
huge hit, then yeah, but if
What
it's
are
a
you
middling
standing there
title,
for? Don't
people
you
don't
have
realize
work
the
to
first
do?
Grand Theft Autos weren't massively successful games. They were just middling titles, kind of middle of the road.
If you don't want to pay the full price for a game because of like the reviews and what people are saying about it, just always wait for it to go on sale and you can still test the game out.
get this church done. This should be quick. After the church, I'll run over and grab the airdrop that's close by, and you can run straight back to the trader. Just turn in. That way you can get your bike. Because it'll be kind of close to turn-in time by the time we run back, to make sure you get your bike tonight. So tomorrow morning we'll start with bikes, and rather than do anything crazy, we'll run up to Jen. We'll do the opening trade routes quest. Go up, meet Jen. She should be in the burnt forest biome. Kind of start looting in that general area. Maybe put like a small storage base down, and we can start looking at doing the burnt forest quests. And maybe get some just good looting in for some high tier POIs.
Try to upgrade our weapons and stuff.
Yeah, get some better tools, some better weapons, so we can start getting better prepared for the horde. And it is hard because you never know what game companies are going to be around. So just because they make one game and it's middling successful doesn't mean they're going to make a second game in a series, which is always a downfall. But at the same time, if there's any hope for having new games from other creators than Rockstar, because don't get me wrong, Grand Theft Auto is fantastic, but everybody sees the perversion in the monetization of that game. I mean, the monetization of Grand Theft Auto is legendary. How many billions they made off of that is amazing. But at the same time, the monetization behind that is so aggressive. It is like shark cards and buy this t-shirt. Like, you want to buy a t-shirt to change your look in the game. You're looking at like $25,000, $50,000. And, you know, in real world money, that's figuring out to a couple bucks. And then if you play the game to get that money, that's like 4 or 5 missions when you're starting off. So it's crazy. And then all the cars they release and stuff and have missiles and all the expansions and stuff, like how much they started charging for that is insane. I don't know. Going forward with Grand Theft Auto 6, we'll see how it is. But usually when a game company goes that far into monetization, they don't just take a step back. So I wouldn't expect Grand Theft Auto 6 to come in at a lower price point with less monetization than Grand Theft Auto 5. I think we're going to start with the same amount of monetization as Grand Theft Auto 5, and what's scary is it's going to go up, because that's what businesses do. They start with a level that they know that they can make a profit at, and then they'll scale it up from there. So how much that they're going to charge for Grand Theft Auto 6, obviously there's the base price, but all the add-ons, all the cars, all the cosmetics, they're building this very much so, and they've said it openly that they're building it very much so for that online experience that they didn't really intend with Grand Theft Auto 5 from the ground up. That's going to be built into the core of this game, which sounds good, but it's also kind of scary. It makes me worry a little bit because over monetization is killing games. It kills the best and the biggest companies in the world, and then the games go into maintenance mode and you never see them again. I'm hoping that Grand Theft Auto 6 is a good game, but we'll see what happens with it. I think this place is all cleared out. Grab these just so we can throw them up during horde night, but torches are always nice to have. Better to collect them than have to craft them too, but I'll run over. I'll grab that airdrop. Jane's going to run back to the trader, turn her quest in, get her bike. So now I can use my bike. Oop, meat. We should be pretty good on food, but now we have some good recipes if we can get some more meats here and there. Got the dew collector up. I want to get a second one up, like I said earlier, and get that done. But get this bike down, and then we will go see what the drop has for us.
While he's driving to the drop, I just want to say it so it's out in the open. He does all the looting, but he does share the loot with me. He just does the looting so it's on camera.
Yeah, nothing big in that drop. Level 1 stone hatchet, and then a couple other things.
Happy hour. Well,
And
look
I
here, boys.
guess
We got
crafting skill
ourselves a real
bundle
life
will be the
hero.
best.
And
I don't
now
know.
he
Sure.
wants to be paid.
Special jobs. Got to go see Jen.
You better take this
So
job.
we'll
Can't
take
say
that. We'll
I'm
do
not
that in the morning.
surprised.
Now that we're back at the barn, we're going to go ahead, unpack everything, get everything out of the bikes, get everything set up, get ready for a good morning tomorrow. We'll be able to just ride out, go do that quest, do some looting outside of doing any jobs for Jen or anything. But thank you all for joining us. We will get back at it in the next episode. If you could, like and subscribe, throw a comment down below.
Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can follow us on X. The link is in the bio. Also, feel free to look at the shop. We have t-shirts, cup. We also have the Patreon link in the bio. Any support is appreciated. Thank you.